Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Wrestling Show. We have coming up. Talk about the Halloween Havoc review. Halloween Havoc. All the matches. Part of Havoc. We tell you right here. Halloween Havoc matches. Word set. Stone. We ain't gonna waste no time whatsoever. We're gonna let you know when the Halloween Havoc review and it starts right here. Right now, hold on, show. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this special edition of Pro Wrestling Show, Halloween Havoc Review. I'm your host, as always, Kenny. Glad you're going to the Pro Wrestling Show. Going in the conversation. Hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect in our social platform. You see what they say. New Champion's crown. Still hold on to the NXT Championship option in that tag team championship. Talon Paxson wins with Chao as well as Blake Monroe. It's not wasting no time whatsoever. Let's go get this thing started right here, right now, with the Halloween Havoc with the outcome. All right, man, you screaming. We get your point. Let's not waste no time. We're gonna start things with this. A tag team match, once in a generation tag team match, as Leon Slate, the TNA X Division champion, teamed up with NXT's Javon Evans. Both are equally matched with the aerial attack assaults. They went against Iguana Man and Lapaka from Triple A. And what a match that was. It was a real good match to kick off the opening and stuff. As you see, Leon Slate came out there ready to go. He was ready to go. Him and Javon Evans dressed the attire and dressed the look, as well as Iguana Man and got his name, Lapaka, came out there. They was doing battle, and the battle was that. But I told you this was a impromptu tag team match. This happened this past week on NXT, but we saw what we had saw earlier. But like we said, it was a good, decent match to kick off NXT, kick off everything that we saw. It was, like I said, once in a lifetime. But everyone put in their all, their best. But at the end, it was Leon Slater and Javon Evans getting up the wing, pinning up the Dukes. And they made a good impressive tag team. I'm not gonna lie about that. They really did. They really held their own. I can see them becoming future NXT tag team champions someday. Don't be surprised if it happens sooner rather than later. But they was real good tonight, and they really showed their all in their effort tonight. So good for them on what they did. Don't forget, next week will be a full pro wrestling show. We kick off Monday with the Raw Ring Report, Tuesday with the NXT Ring Report, Wednesday with the AEW Ring Report, Friday with the SmackDown Report, and next Saturday will be the Saturday Night Main Event Predicted Outcomes special before Saturday Night Main Event and the Saturday Night Main Event review. It looks like we're increasing our Saturdays more and more as time go on. So look for that coming up this week for the Saturday Night Main Event schedule for Predicted for this week's pro wrestling show. Move forward towards the road to Saturday Night Main Event. But speaking of that, NXT announced that it's going to be a 2-week special. November 18th and 25th will be Gold Rush, where NXT, TNA, AAA, and Evolve will all come together in interpromotional matches. So we'll see what the interpromotional matches will be moving forward to their road to Gold Rush, heading towards the CW. I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. Well, we get to this right here. Ethan Page defending his North American Championship against Ilka Higo Vakino in the Dawn of the Dead match. What is a Dawn of a Dead match? Was more like a hardcore match, if you ask me, where Vico paying tribute to Rey Mysterio, and he did so tonight. But Ethan Page did something real slick and clever and nasty. Ripped the man's mask off and decided to put throw that throw the powder on him. Throw the powder indeed. That's true. And they did so tonight. And showed what they can do. And right here, F. Rodrigo did it right here with the cover. 1, 2, 3. Get the 1, 2, 3 right here to get the victory and still retain his NXT North American Championship, which is crazy. But Ethan Page found the way and found a mission statement to do what he needed to do. And had done what he had to do in order to retain. So Ethan Page still holds on to his North American Championship by cheating and trying to script away the dignity of LMV. He's looking bloody in a bloody mess. Ethan Page still has his championship intact. I'll tell you that right now. Well, we get to another championship match in the North American division, and it's for the women. As Zarya fighting for Solo Roca, taking on Blake Monroe. This is Blake Monroe's first opportunity in WWE for a championship. And Blake Monroe take advantage? Only thing Blake had to do was that, and Blake Monroe did. Blake Monroe took advantage of Zarya's. She was taking care of trying to look after what's her name, uh, Sora Roca, which I kept her eye on the ball. Blake Monroe capitalized with two DDTs, one outside, one inside, to get the victory. And Blake Monroe is your new NXT Women's Champion. I thought Zarya was gonna do it, but Blake Monroe pulled it off where she did. So you saw how Blake Monroe did earlier. Also, too, don't forget yesterday's SmackDown Ring Report. Cody Rhodes got attacked. Cody Rhodes and Jim Uso both got attacked by Drew McIntyre, as well as Jay Cargill turned heel. So the SmackDown Ring Report you see right here is available in the archives from yesterday, and it's up available and streaming now. Available right now on Pro Wrestling Show. You missed out on it. Well, speaking of something that we didn't see coming, I did not see this coming. JC Jane went and defended her NXT Women's Championship against Talon Paxson. I thought Talon Paxson was going to be an easy scapegoat for the NXT Women's Championship. Well, I was wrong. As Talon Paxson wins her first NXT Championship, she wins the NXT Women's Championship on her first try, defeating JC Jane. And Jason Jane really dropped her eye on the ball. And JC Jane didn't see it coming. JC Jane might have to reconsider what's next for her. But Taylor Paxton um, wins her first NXT championship after we thought that Izzy Dane was going to nail her with the women's championship. Izzy Dane accidentally hit JC Jane and gave Taylor Paxton the win victory. But I think Izzy Dane was trying to target Taylor and not have Tatum win the women's championship. But Tatum actually did it. She did it on her own terms. And she did win the NXT championship that she did. So you see how that went down and stuff. So Tatum Paxton finally winning some NXT Go. Speaking of that, we see Jordan Grace dressed up as Velma from Scooby Doo. Kalani Jordan dressed up as like a Queen of Hearts from the Alice in Wonderland. Well, we found out that this week on NXT that these two women will fight for the the TNA Women's Championship. Jordan Grace saying she got confirmation from Santino that she can go for the championship. So it's official. Santino made it official that it's going to be Jordan Grace versus Kelani Jordan for the TNA Women's Knockout Championship. So we'll see that this week on NXT. Look forward to seeing on the NXT Ring Report when we do have that report coming in. Well, speaking of that, the tag team championships were on the line as the Hardy Boys, the Woken Hardys, Brother Matt, Woken Matt, and Brother Nino took on Dark State. But which two members? I knew it was going to be what is that, Deion Lennox and the dude with the dreads, and it was. Well, the Hardy Boys came out there ready for their woken year, and they was woke. And you can tell the Hardy Boys been all over the world and the globe defending the TNA championship and the NXT championship. Well, Jeff paying tribute to Bray Wyatt with the paint. Jeff did so tonight. Jeff was trying to a tribute to his late great friend that made a difference in that world. Jeff Hardy and Matt put up a good fight. It just wasn't enough. Dark State regained the tag team championship. Dark State hold on to the tag team titles, and they did so. Dark State back in the fold as tag team champions for a second time. Dark State winning the gold once again. And finally, the NXT championship was online as champion Ricky Saints defended his gold against Trick Williams. Trick looking forward to getting his third championship back. This was Ricky's first championship defense. Ricky Slake wanted to make an effort tonight. Trick Williams and Ricky Saints was going to go at it. Trick Williams tried all he could, but he couldn't do more than much. Trick Williams didn't get the job done. Ricky Saints found a way to win, and Ricky Saints retains the NXT championship over Trick Williams. So I'm expecting that Trick Williams is heading towards the main roster very soon and shortly coming up. So wonder if Trick Williams might be a SmackDown superstar as we far see it. Carmelo might reignite their feud. I can tell you that right now. So we'll see how this is going to go down. Vision for Trick Williams and Ricky Saints moving forward. So, let's see how that's going to go. Like we said, this has been, it was a subpar Halloween Havoc. It just wasn't, I mean, just we said right here, we can move the ticker back down. New champions were crowned in Blake Monroe, Talon Paxson, and Dark State. And champions retained like such as Ricky Saints and Ethan Page. So Halloween Havoc came out to be a good, decent show, and it came out to be the show that everyone's been buzzing and talking about. So it was that. So Halloween Havoc became the show of wasn't screaming. Yeah, you're screaming so loud. Or so screaming, man, but we'll give you that momentum and stuff like that. Well, like we said, don't forget this week on the Pro Wrestling Show, we will have this is our schedule right here. Monday, the Raw Ring Report. Tuesday, the NXT Ring Report. We'll have continued coverage of NXT. If you're a fan of NXT, we'll have continuing coverage this Tuesday, Wednesday, the AEW Ring Reports. Friday, the SmackDown Ring Report. And Saturday Night Main Event concluded with the Predict Outcome special before Saturday Night Main Event and after Saturday Night Main Event. So we're gonna be rolling this coming up on the road to Saturday Main Event and Survivor Series as well. As John Cena's last match on Saturday Night Main Event as well. So a lot of stuff heading our way. All right, we're gonna leave you here with the Halloween Havoc review show with champion Ricky Saints, Blake Monroe, the new North American champion, as well as Talon Paxson, the new women's champion, and Dark State, new tag team champions. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long. We'll see you Monday for the Raw Ring Report here on Pro Wrestling Show.